Mortgage DNA Nation, welcome to another episode of the Hump Day Holla.
Or
Mortgage.
humpback. I mean, we could have poor posture. Who
That's true.
knows?
Look, right now I'm leaning over. That's not good. It could be humpback. Look, we even got a little beat going.
We
And
do.
you know what I'm saying? We're our game's getting stepped up. We're
I'm
starting to
gonna
get a
go get
lot.
my glow stick. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, the disco ball hanging.
Yeah.
We've got some good stuff going there. So, hey, good to have you back, my man. Another week here for Mortgage DNA, little hump day holler. And, we've been walking people through sort of the home buying process and what to expect. And,
Right.
Today's an exciting topic and it's, now you're cleared to close, right? We've done all that work the last couple of weeks that we've told you how to get cleared to close, and now we're getting to that point, and now you're cleared to close, right? So now we want to kind of walk clients through what to expect after that loan's cleared to close, and then even really kind of after you get those keys, right? So let's kind of discuss that in a little bit, man. Number one, just want to say heart goes out to all those folks. Anybody that I know, we've got people that watch us all over the country. That Baltimore accident, man, that's crazy. That is unfortunate to see something like that happen, and just not cool. So, anybody in that region or anybody
Yeah.
that loved ones, thoughts go out and prayers for that, no doubt about it.
Good call.
So let's kind of, Andrew, take folks through. This is the exciting part, right? But there's more to it than okay. Hey, now you're clear to close. And I know for us, hey, we don't just dump you and go good luck.
Right.
We're here for you over the long haul. So
Right.
let's kind of chat about that a little bit. So we've called the client, we've let them know they've made it through underwriting, all their funds, everything like that. Congratulations, you are cleared to close.
Yeah.
On your end, what is normally the first thing that we've got now that it's cleared to close? Kind of what's step one?
Yeah. Step one is we do a final walkthrough.
Yeah.
Right. We want to ensure that the home, as it was last viewed, is still standing. There hasn't been a wild party. It's they're not inheriting a money pit. So typically we kind of anticipate that the clear close is going to happen. Usually, I don't know about you, but when we're submitting it back for the final, we let everybody know. It's kind of when they start to schedule it. And obviously there's some, timing if it's being occupied or not.
Right.
But that's what we do, making
And
sure that it's standing. Right?
yeah, and making sure as well that, hey, if they said that curtains are staying, any of these items that are staying, TVs, refrigerators, all those things that are staying are still there.
Are still there.
There's not any new holes in the wall when maybe their movers were moving things out. And just making sure everything according to the contract is being done correctly, because you're under contract, and when you sign, you are signing. There's two big words when you're signing, and it's as is. So there's no going, all right, we'll deal with that later. It's as is. So once you're signing, you're taking that property as is. So that walkthrough is it's
crucial.
It's a big deal to make sure that the seller is doing exactly what they said they were going to do. So hey, after that, that's great, right? And normally these go hand in hand, but we've confirmed a closing time, right, Andrew? And
absolutely.
And what I want to say here is we need all parties, but buyers, it's your wedding day, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of get to pick when it's convenient for you, right? Because after all, you're the money, and it's your wedding day, right? They're attending. They get to be part of the wedding party, but it's your wedding day. So we confirm that date and that closing time for you. When you work with us, it's usually earlier than what the contract date is because of how quickly we close our loans.
Sure.
So that's why we got to make sure that we're because maybe that seller, I've got a deal right now. We're cleared to close 14 days earlier. And guess what? Seller can't get out of the house yet, right? Because they're still waiting on the financing on their end to purchase their new home's not done yet. So, but you want to make sure that we're confirming that closing time so we can get your documents over to closing department, letting you know the final numbers on what everything is. So, hey, here's the exact money and change down to the penny.
You know,
on what
you brought up a good point too. So when we get the clear to close, then we try to confirm the time. That's submitted then to both the title company and to our closing department, right?
Right.
So the closing, it's not, the papers don't magically appear. So the
Right.
closer's got to work with the title company, and then we give the final approval because every single cent's got to get accounted for, right?
That's right.
And we
That's
get the final, yeah, let's go.
That's right.
Hey, with the title being signed, do you guys do hybrid closings? Because we do them up here a lot.
Yeah.
You get that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So hybrid closings.
Are you talking about the e-signing?
Yeah. Well, we're not going complete remote on online notary yet.
Yeah, no, but yes, we do the hybrid, absolutely, and it's a game changer.
Sure.
And for me, who attends all my closings, dude, it's cut it down by, I'm no longer in there for an hour and a half. I mean, it's literally 20, 30 minutes. You're signing the important documents because you've handled all the other stuff of what's your name, what's this and that has all been handled, right? And then it's just
basically the hybrid close. Yeah, the hybrid close people. A hybrid close is pretty much all the papers that you've already signed during the process. Those are going to get signed ahead of time, right? And then at closing, it's just a couple of the papers that actually need, we call it wet signature. They actually need the ink on the paper, right? And pretty soon we'll be done with that altogether too.
Yeah.
Just going straight to we call it RON, Remote Online Notary.
That's right. That's right. So, great name. With shout out to our owner. Right. So, we have no doubt he's a fan of the mortgage.
Oh, he is. I saw him walk around with the mortgage DNA T-shirt.
There you go, man. Yeah. There you go. Sure. So, all right. So now we've got the closing time, right? And now we want to get your mover scheduled, right? Whether it's maybe it's friends, a bunch of trucks, family, or if you're using one of the commercial renters, if you're moving across state or something like that. Right. Now's when you want to kind of start getting that done because now we know exactly when. I don't know about you, Andrew, but man, it's funny because I've attended closings where literally they're in the rider or the U-Haul truck is outside, right? I mean, it's kind of like, hey, we're moving out right away, and then some people are like, hey, we're gonna move in next week. We're gonna finish painting while the house is empty, and some stuff like that.
Having your closing date the day that you sign your papers and thinking that that's going to be the day the movers are going to be there is the worst mistake you can make. And it's not that we can't close on time, but circumstances do happen. So don't do that. And I know it's tough, guys. Like, but you got to be flexible a little bit. They do.
Yeah, because a lot of people will go, hey, I've got the mover set up for 9 a.m. All right, well, we're not closing till 3. So, however, that needs to be. All right, so now we've got the moving. Now we're excited. Now we're at the wet signature part, right? So now we attend the closing. Kind of tell people what a closing's like, Andrew. I mean, I love it because it's all smiles. Everybody's excited, right? But I love walking in. I'm the hero. I'm the money guy, right? I'm bringing some closing gifts. I'm doing all this stuff. Some people are popping champagne. But you're attending that closing, right?
I tell you what, shocker. I don't go to my closings.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them too for you. I mean, you do loans across the country as well, right?
So, yeah, I do. Yeah. But it's everything's broken down ahead of time, how much they have to bring. We go over everything. But as far as for the closings, because a lot of them, I don't know about down there, like every state's different.
Yeah.
But, they'll happen wherever. That usually doesn't happen at the title companies anymore either. And they're
really? Okay.
Yeah, they'll go everywhere.
Okay.
Starbucks, Panera, at the vacant home, wherever. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Most of ours are happening either at my office here in one of my closing rooms I've got set up or at the title. But anyway, you're going to attend the closing. That is where, like Andrew said, you're going to have the wet sign. That's where you're going to sign the mortgage. You're going to, make sure.
Listen, you attend to tell us what's the experience like for a Dwayne Stein closing.
It's fun, man. I mean, look, I love walking in because everybody,
they like you. Right?
They like me. Yeah. We're normally early. Usually most of my new business now comes from the agents on the listing side because they're like, dude, that was seamless. The communication was great. And so when they get a buyer, they're like, all right, let's do that. So
Right.
it's fun, it's always good to see the sellers, when they're giving it they're one person's opening a chapter, that means another's closing a chapter.
Right.
It's not always for positive reasons. Sometimes you don't have a husband and wife in there together. Maybe they're mad at each other on the selling side. So, but overall, man, it's fun. It's infectious. It's a good time because, it's never bad when you're giving
It's their
somebody.
wedding day. You said it
It's their
before.
wedding day.
There you
Absolutely.
go. Right.
All right. So, and then one of the things at the closing leads us to kind of step number 5 here, and that is the transferring of services. Meaning, and what we're talking about there is electricity, right? That's where the seller's going, hey, I left the electricity on for the next, 72 hours. So you've got time to get over there. But those are things that your realtor, when we're telling him that you're clear to close, those are the things that you want to make sure that you're communicating with them because it's easier to walk into a home with electricity, transferring services.
Sure.
Then all of a sudden you got to go start new service, right? So you're transferring services. You're discussing, hey, this key leads to this other key leads to that. Here's the code for this or that. So, transfer of services is one of the steps.
It's always cool for the seller to leave like a little note, like here's the utility companies, here's the best places that I like to eat. This neighbor's cool. Watch out, whatever. But if you can personalize it, like I think that goes a long way.
Yeah, we like to see that. But that's also when you transfer services. Listen, one of the things we tell everybody, Andrew, and I always recommend is, we love the house we're buying, but we don't know if they had kids. How many people did the aunt, the uncle? And that is the next step, man, is make sure you change the locks. You can trust, but verify, right? I mean, because you don't know who had that. You don't know if they had older kids, were they coming in and out, and all that kind of stuff. So, get those locks changed, and that doesn't have to be that second, but it would I'd probably recommend that to be something that within the first 48 hours that you're there, you need to be having that stuff done. And nowadays it's so easy to do, and a lot of people use the code locks and all that stuff, right?
I agree.
All right, so what you got after that? So we've transferred services, we changed locks. What you got next, Andrew?
You got to make sure the mail's being forwarded to the right your new address, right?
Great.
So
point.
Update all that.
Yeah. So, hey, you're leaving wherever it's at. You got to make sure you're still getting your bill. You don't need your, your old Discover card to be going to the old place, right? So you want to handle that.
Probably need to change or at least update your address and your driver's license. It's important.
Good stuff. Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
no.
Just know that your new address, all the needed parties that need to know where to get to you, know where you live. It's
correct.
Important, right?
Yes. Now your bookie, don't worry about him. If you owe somebody some money, let him try to track you.
Not our customers. We don't.
Not our clients. Our clients, we're good, right?
That's it.
Right. All right. And then so you've forwarded the mail. Andrew, talk about how now our clients that they've closed, right? Mortgages are public records.
Yes.
And so now they're about to become rock stars, man. So you've gone as far as to putting things together. I know we send out something. You kind of put this together for the company to use. And I think it helps out with these certain websites you could go to. But talk about that because we call it the life after the loan, right? So now they're about to become the most popular people on earth. Take us through that.
They're going to get. So you close the loan, the mortgage is recorded. It's a public record, like Dwayne said. And afterwards, what's going to happen is that you're going to start getting mail pieces, and it's going to be sneaky because it's going to reference cross-country mortgage. And you might think that it's coming from us, but guys, we don't sell biweekly payments and we don't sell insurance and all that. So it'll state somewhere on there where it's coming from. But all that stuff, you can certainly, subscribe to it and do all those services, but it's not coming from us. So we will not be sending you anything. Maybe, within a month before your bill's due, you will be getting something from us, and it'll reference that it is us, and it'll be in the same font, right? That's the thing. Like, you see all these little things that are going to be coming in. It's going to say cross-country mortgage, and then in little font, it'll say like where it's from. That's cheating.
It's crazy because in the window it'll say cross country mortgage, and then if you open it, what's not in the window is we are not.
Yeah.
right? Or we are not
Right.
affiliated with. So they're very sneaky. And look, it's a lot of life insurance. It's a lot of those things. Titles baloney, which we've talked about in the past. Protect your title. You just protected your title, right? So
So if you get these things, guys, people, just if you have a question, call us.
call us.
Right.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
get to the bottom of it.
We'll
But
get
before
we'll
you call,
we'll
maybe
let
take
you know.
a picture of it, and then we can read it together.
Yeah,
So
no
that
doubt.
always helps too.
No doubt. No doubt. Now, you also want to be aware of looking at everything in the mail because you very well may get something from us saying, hey, your loan has a new servicer, right? Or
Yeah.
something like that you're going to get. So keep your eyes out on that. All right. The next thing is, so you've closed your loan and then you're going to get they'll send you the official recording, right? From your notary or our title attorney. For us, what we do down here, Andrew, is they'll send the entire package, right, to them or the mortgage showing that the deed has been recorded, right? Kind of the same thing, I'm assuming, up in Ohio as well.
Yeah, I think the title company sends. I mean, it used to be like the DVD with everything on there, so I think now it's a USB.
Yeah.
I don't know if they send it to them like in loose leaf paper because it's just. I just don't think they do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
So you'll get something there, which just showing that your deed is recorded, like we just talked about from there. And then for us, Andrew, down here in Louisiana, your first $75,000, you get homestead exemption on, right? And some other states down here, you have homestead exemption. So for us, we always tell people, hey, you're going to take that recorded mortgage, a new bill that you got that's now showing your new address or your driver's license. You're going to go down to the tax assessor's office, right? And you're going to file for homestead exemption. So that way, that's going to lower your taxes, your property taxes. And so we always make sure we walk folks through that as well.
Why do they have? Because in Ohio, when you reach a certain age, you can file for exemption, and I also believe it's for veterans that are 100% disabled that can do that.
Yep.
So why do you all do it down there if you're like?
We have homestead exemption the first. So in other words, if you buy a $200,000 home down here in Louisiana, and you look at and you're basically paying taxes on only $125,000.
Nice.
So it's a win. And we still have that other stuff too. Once you hit a certain age, you freeze your taxes, or if you're a veteran, and I deal with that a lot with reverse mortgages. But so that's one thing there that for us at least, we're going to make sure that we show you how to go file that homestead exemption, just to make sure that your taxes, because maybe you're buying a home that the previous taxes on that property, maybe it was an investment property to that person, right? So your property taxes are going to be a little bit cheaper now if it's your primary residence, right? So that homestead exemption is on primary residence. I want to make sure I clear that up there. So really, in a nutshell, it's. I know it sounds like a lot. It's not much. And the key with all these steps, Andrew, we're going to walk the client through every single one of them.
Right.
We just like to give out lists. We know people like lists. Everybody tells us every week, man, love how y'all put it in list format. That's what people love, and because they can write it down, they can listen to it and kind of know exactly what to go with.
I think we left one off, and it should have been number one. And, after the clear to close happens, I don't know about you, but my clients are pretty sad because we're going to not really talk as much for a while, and it's hard for them. So I have to give them a box of tissues sometimes too.
Yeah. Sometimes, hey, I've got some mortgage gumbo tissues that I bring because that's what's going to happen sometimes, right? Hey, sorry, you're not going to, fortunately, not going to be able to chat with me every single day or as need be. But, I think one thing we want to make sure that we're clear on, unlike most lenders, we don't abandon you. We're your lender for life. I know that sounds cliche-ish, right? But we want to take care of you because we want you to let other folks know, hey, if you trusted us with your most valuable and asset, your largest investment, chances are you're going to refer us out and let us help somebody.
You got to do the right thing, man.
That means something to you.
Do the right thing.
Exactly. Absolutely. Always. So,
right.
You got anything else, big dog? We got PCE coming the end of this week.
Right.
Here we go again. Let's just roadblocks, brother. I'm a donkey.
I don't even know. I would like to get an economist on and just have them kind of squirm in a chair.
You know what? Maybe we need to get one of our guys over here at the mothership where you're at there and just kind of go, what do you think? Right? I mean, we can make a little third window, Andrew. We've got skills we can do here. Look, we could put you or I in a small part. We can, maybe put me and you over here. We can do a little bit of this. So, hey, we know the mothership. We know y'all listening. Talk to Andrew and we'll get you on the schedule. We'll get you on the schedule, that's for sure. So,
other than that, look, we got Easter coming this weekend. So, is it? Yeah, it's this weekend.
Sunday.
So, Sunday.
Yeah. Good Friday. So, stinks because Good Friday, not that Good Friday stinks, but we lost a day. And of course, everybody that was wanting to close next week's on spring break. So they can we close this week? Well, now you can't even close on the 29th. So we're trying to get everybody scheduled in tomorrow. So, it's kind of crazy. But
it is what it is. But it'd be a good Easter present. Imagine that the people and think about this, guys. So Easter's come and gone, or will.
Yeah.
Then we got to get your pre-approvals ready, because when you buy this house in May, you're going to have the 4th of July coming up, right? So we got to have 4th of July parties. You better be making offers in April so we can get this going.
That's right. That's right. And activity is picking up. It's the spring buying season, and no matter what the situation is, it is picking up. I'm seeing it in my applications. I'm seeing it on my offers. So things are picking up. So, get yourself ready to go. So let's got a little outro music. And then highlight your boys, Andrew Macknick or Dwayne Stein. Chat with you next week. Peace.
Happy Easter.